Okay. Welcome everybody to our workshop today. Today we'll be talking about AI 301, project management with AI. So let's get started. Oh, before we get started, I'm sorry, if you have any questions, you can feel free to write them out in the chat and we'll get to them. Or you can raise your hand with the Zoom reactions and I'll answer your question. So let's go ahead. So this is our agenda for today. We'll talk about what is project management, how to integrate it with ChatGPT, and we'll keep this short. We'll do it practical, and we'll just go ahead and practice directly on ChatGPT and talk about conclusions and key takeaways. So let's get to it. So I would have liked to cover this, but who wants to share with me something, what they know about AI? I'm going to try to cover it.
I think it is like a machine that can think similar to a human, but not like a human, but similar.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, now I can't delete this. Okay, yes, now I can. So exactly, like Manuela said here, so artificial intelligence is human intelligence simulated by machines, no? So this means that usually an artificial intelligence can do some of the basic tasks that we can do, no? But one of its advantages is that it uses all of the collective human intelligence, which allows us to improve and focus more on innovation and work that is unique to us, to humans. So we already know what is artificial intelligence. So let's talk about the specific subject today. What is project management?
I think it's the way that you organize your own project.
Yeah, exactly. Well said. So the only thing that I would add is that it's a systematic approach. So it means that the idea is that you have like a set system for a specific goal. And so this means it's the planning, the executing, the monitoring, and the closing. And I would say the most important pieces of it will be scope, time, and cost. These are three of the aspects that project management focuses on. And ChatGPT can help you estimate all of these. So we're going to be talking about ChatGPT. We've talked about it before in other workshops, but can someone give me a definition? What is ChatGPT?
I think it's like a chat that uses artificial intelligence.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly it. Emilian, do you want to say something?
I would say the same, and you can ask something, and he will or it will answer you by the information that is in the internet.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm glad that you said it. And exactly, so ChatGPT, like Manu and Emiliano said here, it's a natural language processing tool. That natural language piece means that it's a chat. So it's not something complex like coding or anything. It's just you're asking it questions, it answers your questions. It's driven by AI technology. I believe the company is called OpenAI, and it answers your questions depending on the information that it has. So how can we use ChatGPT for project management? So what I would say is the most useful part to use ChatGPT with project management is to help you break down your project into milestones and then breaking that down into task lists. At least for me, what is the most difficult about starting a new big project is the fact that there's a lot of things to do. So it can help you break this down and give you, it can help you set project deadlines. So if you have to do it in 2 months, it can help you say when you need to do what so that you'll be able to complete it. It can help you summarize project information. And maybe most important is drafting clear communications to make sure that everyone in your team is on the same page. So without further ado, let's go ahead and I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share ChatGPT. Oh, wait, it's not my email. Give me a second. So I'm going to work with some prompts that I already work with this morning. But let's go ahead and start a new chat. As you know, we start a new chat whenever we're starting a new topic, because the chat remembers everything that you put on it, and it can be useful to come back to it. So let's start with my first prompt. So I wrote that I have a big project coming up. I'm going to make a new digital course. It's going to be about hospitality, and I already have an outline of the course ready. It's pretty short, and I'm going to ask it to first read it and give me some constructive feedback. It's always a good place to start. So let's let it happen. So it's going to say I should probably have course objections, the course objectives, a course structure. Oh, okay. So interesting. So it's already suggesting this structure for me to put these 5 modules. And from what I know personally, I can see that it's making it from like easiest to hardest, which is something that I like. So I'm going to ask it to expand on it a little bit on its course curriculum. No, it's fine. I'm going to just ask it to, let's go to the next prompt. So it already gave me the curriculum right here, no? In 2 modules. So now I'm going to ask it, I'm going to tell it a little bit more about my course. I'm going to say it's an online course, which means I'm going to have to make the quizzes, the assignments, the videos, all of it ahead of time. So, and I'm also telling it when I would like for it to be released. I'm saying by the end of January. So I'm going to ask it to give me some milestones and goals with deadlines to help me guide my project. Oh, ooh, nice. Okay, so I like how it's breaking this down by month. So it's saying in October, do this, in week 1 and week 2. November, week 1 and week 2. But I realized that I feel like it's useful for me personally to have it by month, but I'm using ClickUp. So what if I want to use ClickUp instead? And also let's go ahead and read what it's suggesting. Develop content refinement. Oh, okay, interesting. So somehow, actually, interestingly enough, I'd already given it before some feedback on how I'm not going to be editing a lot of videos because I'm going to be recording it on a PowerPoint. So actually notice how it already doesn't have video editing at all. Like it just said, go to content development. So it does, even between chats, it learns what you really want and it adjusts it. So with this in mind, so I want to convert this into a task list for ClickUp because that's what I use. No, you can use any project tool that you'd like. There's Notion and Monday and Trello and whatever you want to use. So let's say I'm going to ask it to give me some suggestions of how I can put this on ClickUp. So let's say I want to build this project out on ClickUp. How? Give me task lists and I wrote ClickUp wrong. It's fine. So it's going to give me here a task list you can add directly to ClickUp for your online course project. Oh, great. And I love how okay, so it's breaking them down into categories and tasks. So what I would do on ClickUp is I would have a general task, which is hospitality course. And then maybe I would have subtasks for each of these. So I would say project setup and planning, it's one subtask. And my actual tasks, my checklist is going to be create hospitality project in ClickUp, set up folders or spaces for course development, and so on and so forth. So it's giving me like step by step what it suggests I should be doing and by what time, so I can be on time. And it even goes into quite a lot of detail. First, it'll ask me to create my course outline and structure. For module 1, it's telling me you have a week. It's basically giving me a week for each. And then to develop my content, to add like text, image, multimedia, and then to create the elements. This is actually quite useful. I'm going to ask it also to make specific dates. Emiliano, go ahead.
Here. And what happens if you ask to it if it can give you like description for this application that you call ClickUp? Because when I read all the information that it gives to you, it seems really similar to me, each one. It's like 1, 2, 3, you see it, deadline week 3, they are really similar.
Yeah, let's go ahead and ask it. Do you mean like this one course? I guess maybe it also
Yes.
happens that maybe it's because you haven't developed a course yourself, but they are different. Like for this one course
Or
outline and structure.
if I give to ChatGPT more information, it will give me a better description or maybe
Yeah. What
a
I would
plan.
say, yeah, actually, what I would say is that this is like your general outline. And I feel like even with ChatGPT, you could probably develop all of the content even with you as the base, no? So let's say that I want, let's ask it. So can you please give, I guess it didn't give me too much detail because I asked it just to give me a task list. But I think let's totally get more details so that you can add it to your ClickUp. So can you please give me more details for... That's a good point because really a very good, like an important part of project management is going to be communication because I'm not the one that's going to be doing all of this. I'm probably going to delegate some of this work. Okay, so let's see what's going to say. Project setup and planning. 1, create hospitality course project in ClickUp. Okay, so clearly this one is going to take a little bit more because it's a lot of detail, so it's taking a while to process. Oh, wow, okay, but it's giving very good detail.
It's working. Nice. Thank you.
This will serve as a central hub for all related tasks. Okay, cool. Yeah, and I feel like even for us as grown-ups, it's very useful to have an actual description and an objective. I feel like knowing the objective is a much more effective communication method. Like if you know the objective, you know that you can change some things around as long as that you're meeting the objective. So yeah, that was a great tip suggestion question. And the next one that I wanted is that I don't love that it says deadline week 1. I have no idea what week 1 is. So I'm going to tell it specifically, I'm starting October 18 and I want to be complete by June 30th. Help me make specific deadlines. So that way I can add on ClickUp specifically the dates that I want. Okay, and now much better, it's giving me an actual deadline number. So next, of course, what would happen is I would have to convert all of this into ClickUp tasks and delegate them according to my team and however it is we've decided to delegate. And this in general is, there's of course a lot more in depth that you can go into your project management. I would say that if we go a little deeper into creating everything, it's more in the lines of other courses that we've made. In general, project management is helping you like create those tasks and milestones. And the next important part is the monitoring, like making sure people are keeping up with their tasks. In that sense, ChatGPT can't really, well, I feel like the one way ChatGPT could help you is maybe like using the correct tone to communicate with someone. Let's say that one of my coworkers is very late, and instead of writing, how dare you, your party's late, turn it in now, maybe I'll write that to ChatGPT and ask for it to give to me in a polite, business-like tone. So yeah, it's helpful in basically all of the aspects of a project. So I want to kind of stop I'm going to ask you if you have any other questions, any other like tools, tips, or challenges that you would like to maybe approach with ChatGPT that we can cover now, or we'll move on to our final piece of the presentation. Okay, Emiliano is nodding his head, is saying no.
I'm trying to think, but I think that we cover a lot of details.
Perfect. So if you have any other questions, you can, I'll write it down here. You can always send us a message at info@futurefounder.org. So let's go ahead to the final piece of our workshop. So let's go, some final word of warning that I'll give you. I say warning because it's something to keep in mind. AI is not something to be scared of, but you do have to have some general guides and good practices to make it not dangerous. So what I would suggest the most is always make sure that never share private data. This AI is in development, and it is, after all, most of the time it's like open data to the developers. We unfortunately don't really know how safe our data is for the moment. So you can, of course, always write in general terms. Like you could even ask it about your personal finances, but don't be like, this is my bank account number. This is my address. Don't give any personal information that can identify you, or that can put your finances in danger. And the last consideration that I would give is you can basically build out anything nowadays with AI, but it's important that you consider that you as a human are the final decision maker, and you're the one who is building out all of this. Like, you're responsible for checking everything that it says. If it gives you a fact, you have to go and double check it online somewhere else, and then with a reputable source. So use it as a tool that it is to help you, but it doesn't do things for you. Questions, comments, concerns? Great.
No, I think what you say before about not giving my bank account number is the same for, I don't know, maybe ask ChatGPT what or which will be a nice password for my email, right? It's like the
Exactly.
same. Okay.
Exactly. So, I can't say for sure that there is someone on the other side, like, reading these and trying to like scam people, but I also don't know 100% that there isn't. So just to keep it safe, keep yourself safe. And one last thing, we don't have any more workshops for the foreseeable future, at least until for this year, but we're open if you'd like, if there's any workshop about a topic about AI or something else, another tool that you can use in the workplace. We would love to hear your suggestions for another workshop, and we'll probably maybe start them again in next year. And our CEO Bootcamp sign-up has now closed, as it started in September, but we do encourage you to keep looking at our social media or our website. We will be having cohorts probably the following year. Okay. So
Great.
if there are no more questions, I would like to end the time here. Thank you so much for coming, and we'll see you again the next workshop.
Thank you.
Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.